because the user might put something like music mp3, and remember, we're checking if it ends with, whatever they type ends with V's, and if it doesn't have the dot, it's going to create some problems for us. So we need to check if it ends with a dot, wav and dot, So just put a dot there. Alright. Now that we have a valid file type reminder, let's go back here and just add the valid file type reminder. And now let's check it out. If we try to adding file to book, say, oops, optional is not a valid file type. Valid file types end with, and that. This is our option pane, J option pane. Let's try adding music. I click add file to book and our log dog should update. It did. It says Chris Brown next to you has been added. Is ready to be added to the book. Alright. Now we need to create the method that we need for when the user clicks this, add book to library. And it's going to be pretty long because this add book to library is going to check all these fields. And these fields will have constraint. For example, there can be no ISBN that have, there can be no duplicate ISBN. There's no restrictions on the title, no restrictions on the author, and no restrictions on the price. So I guess there's only one restriction, which is this ISBN over here. Let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, once if the user clicks the add book button, what we're going to do is add, and we're actually, sorry about this if I'm changing a lot of things, and I hope you're keeping up with me. Add Vim file to book. We're actually going to change that to add Vim file to cache, to Vim cache. And just copy this name and just change our method name over here. Because again, we're not actually adding it to the book yet. We're just adding it to the cache. So this method is going to be called add Vim to book and add book to, add Vim files in Vim cache to book and add book to library. And I know this is a long ass name, but I'm trying to make it as verbose as possible so that you know what this means. So that maybe once you're done with this tutorial, you still have this code. You kind of get an understanding of what this method is going to do. Let's create the method for that. Alright, so add the Vim files in Vim cache to book. So first we need to create a book. But in order to create a book, we need to extract all the texts that's in here. Alright, so what we're going to do is check if once all of these fields are filled out and the user clicks add book to library, what we're going to do is we're going to check if this IBN exists, and this ISBN must be a number. So there's two constraints here. The ISBN must be a number, and this number must not be used by any other book that's already inside our library. So there's two constraints. And what we're going to do here is let's see. Alright, we're going to create two Boolean. And we're just going to create the Booleans here. We're not going to create anywhere else. Remember that only declare variables as your class attribute, as a global variable in your class, if you're going to share these variables with other methods. But in here, we're not going to share this variable that we're about to create in other methods. We're just going to create it inside this method. The only method that's going to be needing this variable, that only needs to see this variable that we're about to create, is this method. So we're going to create it here. We're going to say Boolean constraint. Sorry, Boolean is Boolean does ISBN already exist. Let's set that to null for now. And we're gonna, oh, you can't set it to null. Set it to false. Create another Boolean for other constraint, just to see if the but even before this, it doesn't matter which order you declare. I just like doing that because I'm a little bit OCD. We need to check if the Boolean, if the is ISBN a number. ISBN is a number. It doesn't matter what you name it. Set it to false for now. And we're just going to delete this. Does. Alright. So we got these two Booleans. And now we're going to set, now we need to check if the ISBN is a number. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the integer static method called parseInt. And it's going to take in a string, and it's going to convert that to, it's a, I want you guys to actually read the documentation with me here. parseInt. Now it's either going to return an actual integer, or it throws a number format exception. A number format exception. All right.